Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. I appreciate you guys listening. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. It's been I'm doing as good as I can. I had a very eventful week. A lot of it was not fun stuff. I probably won't talk about it on this episode because it's pretty dark and somewhat depressing, and I don't have any humor for it yet, man. Not yet. I'll work that out. I don't want this podcast to turn into Mike Bain talks about sorry sack of shit going on in his life. But enough of that. I hope you guys are doing well. It's still a wild world, isn't it? I know that's so fucking hack and corny to say. Wild times, man. There's wild times we live in, but god damn. I just feel like I should be playing Cat Stevens nonstop. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by throwing Molotov cocktails. Do you remember in the olden days? Do you remember when Cat Stevens becoming a radical Islamist seemed wild? It seems pretty fucking basic at this point. Cat Stevens seemed crazy, and then Sinead O'Connor went like full crazy, and you went, oh, that's fucking crazy. But compared to most celebrities nowadays, Cat's pretty basic. Until Cat Stevens fully beheads someone, I'm not convinced. I know he came back. He came back to consumerism and Western culture and the decadence. But fuck it, Cat. I'll always love you. I'll always love Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens could detonate a bomb at an Ariana Grande concert. I'd still be kind of bumping his music. I wouldn't admit to it, but I would in private. Smoking weed, tearing up at Tea for the Tillerman. Amazing album. Amazing album. I don't give a fuck what you say. Tea for the Tillerman? That's good fucking music, bro. I know a lot of you guys are having a hard time out there. The world is a crazy, crazy fucking place. I know because I'm watching you motherfuckers have meltdowns on social media. I kind of do too. I have little ones. I come across some really crazy shit. I watch someone else losing their mind and then I like their shit. That's what I do. I hold back right before I post some like crazy shit and I just see someone else doing it and I go, I'm going to live vicariously through your psychobabble. I snoozed a lot of people periodically. Around 30 days ago, I started my snoozing process. On Facebook, you don't have to unfriend people. You can just unfollow them, or you can snooze them for 30 days, which is my favorite. I love doing a 30-day snooze because I like you. You're fucked up right now. You're having a hard time with the state of the world, and you think you're going to save everyone by bitching and moaning and fighting for your cause or whatever it is, even though you haven't made an intelligent argument once. So I snooze you. I snooze your ass. Get that negativity out of my fucking life. You know, you're really up on this mask shit, and that's fine. But you making posts about it every day on Facebook, I don't think you understand that that's not going to change anyone's mind. If someone thinks, if they've come to a point where they're like, yeah, I just don't fucking care if I get the virus, they're really not going to care if you bitch and moan about them on Facebook, dude. You don't have that power, man. Your sense of exclusionary drift that you can conduct in your life, apparently it ain't that frightening. But I snoozed a bunch of people for 30 days, and periodically they're coming out of their slumber on my Facebook feed, and I'm just having to snooze them all over again. I'm like, you're still, dude? Still? You can't change people, man. You can't change people. Not if they don't want to change. Jesus Christ, man. My Facebook feed is like a bunch of televangelists. Except they're not proselytizing Christianity. It's Ozarks. It's Ozarks and face masks. And I'm not wearing them unless I have to, and I'm not watching Ozarks. Maybe when the summer's over, man. I don't know. It's too nice out. As you can see, I'm out here. If you're watching this video, I'm out here in New York City right now. In beautiful New York City, as you can hear. If you're just listening, if I don't completely edit it out, you might think, what is that sound in the background? That is life. Those are gunshots if you hear them in the distance. I'm living near a shooting range. Yeah, there's one right there. But the other sound, that's life. That's life. They don't have that in New York City. Occasionally you get like a weird squawk from a pigeon. Whatever it is, whatever sound they make when you squish them. Ah, man, if only I could go back to the city. Everyone I know who's in the city, not everyone, I'm being hyperbolic, but a lot of people I know in the city are full on going through mental breakdowns. And look, man, I ain't been the best throughout this entire thing. I don't think anyone has. So I think we've all been fucked up and we've all been affected. But some people are getting it way more. And I'm watching them have meltdowns, and then they're saying shit like, anyone who left is a pussy. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Jerry, you get a man bun. Jerry, who you calling a pussy, dude? You live in Bushwick. You're out there in Bushwick, eating organic. Don't even drink your tap water. Talking about people are pussies. Get the fuck out of here. I just know what's coming, man. I grew up in the city. You think I can't see this? If you don't see what's coming right now, if you don't see that crime wave, ooh, man, you know, if you've never lived in a bad neighborhood in the summertime, you think the fireworks are your big problem now, man? That's why you never move into a rough neighborhood in the winter, because you get a bad interpretation of where you're moving in. All right? You don't, man. The Bronx is very different in the winter than it is in July. A lot of dudes second guess doing drive-bys when it gets a tidbit nippy. They do, man. People walk outside, they feel that little, their dick shrivels up from that cold, and they go, yeah. I guess I'll kill Jose next week. I'll do it in the springtime. I know that motherfucker owes me money. He'll get God in May. That's an after Memorial Day drive-by shooting. That's one of them. Can't let those negative people get to you, man. Stay positive. Stay positive, motherfuckers. If you get anything from listening to this podcast, man, times are tough. And it's very easy to fall in times of weakness. And it's very easy to fall in times of darkness. You're not always going to be on top of the game. And if there's one thing I can do, instead of spreading negativity, take some of what I can give, man. I'm here to share my strength when I have it. I'm here to share my positivity when I have it. I'm here to share my laughter when I have it. I can share with you. Maybe you can share with someone else, or it just makes you better. Sometimes you need to borrow a little bit of courage. And when I get it, I'm gonna fucking give it. Just treat my courage like my dick. Oh, shit. What was I going to talk about today? Oh, Nick Cannon. Oh, Nick Cannon fucked up, dude. It's like our first black canceling. Yeah. It's mostly just been white dudes getting canceled. That's it. They tried to, some of you guys are like, what about the dude from Goya? Well, he's from Spain, so he's white. Some of you guys just think because he speaks Spanish that doesn't make him white. He's from Europe, motherfucker. All right? It's this crazy world, man. Trump and his daughter are promoting Goya beans, and Nick Cannon's complaining about international Jewry. Nick Cannon out here on podcasts sounding like Henry fucking Ford. Fucking Nick Cannon, you stupid motherfucker. God damn. Now, for the record, I don't support cancel culture. So, am I a fan of Nick Cannon because he said that white people were inferior because we lack melanin? Yeah. I lack a lot of melanin. So, kind of not a fan of that, Nick. You can suck my dick. Do I like that he said white people are closer to animals? No, I don't agree with that either. And any white dude defending that shit, God, you're a fucking simp. You fucking, who do you think you're going to get, a gold star? Whatever, man. Nick's entitled to his opinions, even if they're wrong. I don't want anyone getting canceled for this shit. At the same time, Nick can't really get canceled. Nick has millions of fucking dollars. You can't cancel someone as long as their people rep them. And I gotta give it to black Americans. They're sticking by Nick Cannon. They're sticking true to Nick Cannon. White people never do that. There's so many white dudes getting canceled, and every white dude just lets them fucking fall. No one comes to anyone else's defense. We're not together as a people being like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You ain't canceling. You ain't canceling Jerry Seinfeld. Well, Jerry's Jewish, so he has that added bubble. You're not canceling Drew Brees. No one did that. No one came out for all Drew Brees. Some people did, but no. Everyone was just like, at least it's not me. We get so much to learn from black people as a race. We really do. White people. Fucking up. Fucking up in so many ways. But Nick wasn't canceled for what he said about white people. Nick was canceled because he spoke about Jewish people. If you read the article, Viacom fired him because of anti-Semitic remarks. Nick Cannon brought up Zionism, and he talked about the Rothschilds. Rothschilds are scumbags. I don't understand why this is an issue. Rothschilds also are the founders. They helped. Now, Theodore Herzl was really the founder of modern Zionism at the end of the 19th century. But the Rothschilds are responsible for the Balfour Declaration that the British Empire used to justify Jewish immigration to Palestine. So, yeah, the Rothschilds also bailed out the British Empire in their war against Napoleon. Those motherfuckers go deep. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here. I agree with about that Rothschild shit, but he started saying that the Jews weren't real Jews, and you're testing the waters there, Nick. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're in entertainment, there are certain things you don't do. And one of those things is talk shit about Jews, because if you look at your bosses, if you're in entertainment, there's a 90% chance one of them is Jewish. That's just how it works, man. If you work at a kebab stand, you shouldn't be talking shit about Turks, or you might lose your fucking job. Oh, you work at a pizzeria, you shouldn't be downplaying greasy Italians. Or somebody might come for you, all right? If you're in entertainment, be careful. Be careful. That's rule number 1, Nick. You silly bastard. Also, who would have thought Nick can't... See, also, that's what Nick fucked up. Nick's trying to be like a Family Guy. You know, he's on America's Got Talent. If you're going to be that dude, if you're going to be on basic shit, and you fuck up, dudes are going to come for you. That's how it works. That's how it works, Nick. Nick, what are you doing, bro? Fucking up, Nick. I mean, who am I to say anything? Nick's got more money than I'll ever have. Nick Cannon being canceled is still wildly more successful than 90% of the people in America. I would love to be canceled, Nick Cannon. I would love to be canceled any celebrity. They're still doing better than me. Being a canceled celebrity is fine. You know what sucks is when you're a plum and you get canceled. Because you got nothing to fucking go back on. There's no fan base on your Twitter feed that really enjoy your plumbing. All right, you don't got a dedicated fan base on your Instagram who've been watching your stories about you unclogging toilets, flipping turds and saving goldfish, and it doesn't work that way. Ugh. I just had to watch, I'm going to admit something, I just had to watch 90 Day Fiancé. I know I'm late to the game, boys and girls. 90 Day Fiancé, I'm watching it because I had to watch it for another podcast. I haven't watched reality TV in some time, and basically reality TV is all we're going to have left. Because reality TV, if you have regular actors, one of them's going to at some point do some Nick Cannon shit, and fuck up, and then you got to fire him, and then you got to, what do I do? This is a star of my series, and he said that the Jews stole the world's supply of yogurt. I don't know. He said some fucking shit. And now I got to fire him. Reality TV, you just get rid of a motherfucker every single episode, every season. You're done. You get a new one. And also, it doesn't matter. They can say all the dumb shit they want. You just go, well, it's not our fault. You know? It's not our fault that 30% of the cast members on Survivor don't believe in COVID. They can't get held down for that. I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé. Good, dude. It's embarrassing. I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé the other way. It's just gross, ugly Americans. Just nasty-ass Americans. Just fat and old and droopy-faced and just looking gnarly and stinky. And they're all engaged to these beautiful fucking foreigners. It's just like an American, too, goes to another country and just gets a Pakistani 10. I don't get it. I don't fucking get this. You know what? Get back to our roots in this podcast about relationships. If you're an American dude and you want to feel better about yourself or you want to do better with women, dude, get the fuck out of America. Start dating internationally. I have never felt so good about myself than when I've dated internationally. Because women appreciate you, especially when I was dating Middle Eastern women, because they were so used to being flat out abused emotionally and physically by their men. And when I come home and I didn't fucking crack them across the face, they were like, you're amazing. And I go, feels real good when the boss set real low. Oh, dude. It was wild. It is. I remember when I was planning my trip to Asia, which is going to be another month because my flight in August just got canceled. My friend goes, dude, go to the Philippines. I really want to go to like Southeast Continental Asia, Indochina. I'd like to go there. He goes, dude, go to the Philippines. Girls there love white dudes. They treat you like a king. And I go, I don't know about that. And then I took my OkCupid profile and I switched it to Manila. I switched it from Brooklyn to Manila. And I forgot about it. I didn't swipe. And the next day, I'm swiping. Every fucking swipe is a match. Every single swipe. And I'm swiping like supermodels in match. And I go, whoa, what the fuck? Did I put up new pictures on my profile? What am I doing here? And I realized, no, I just changed my shit to Asia. I'm just a white dude in Asia. And I'm fucking killing it. In America, I'm bottom of the barrel socioeconomically. I'm one of the lowest totem poles. Lowest members of the totem pole out here. But you take your ass to any other part of the world, and you go up like 8 fucking points. I remember when I was in Mexico City, and they thought, I'm the only ginger there, okay? I have blue eyes and red hair. That is the most recessive combination of a human being at all. That's it. I am the rarest combination of human in the world. All right, there I am fucking exotic. I'm actually exotic. I know when everyone says exotic, they're picturing, a girl with coconut bra titties in a hula skirt. That's not it. Exotic? It's me. It's fucking pasty ass me burping on a street corner. That's exotic. That's a rarity in the world. All right? There's billions of beautiful brown women. That's not exotic, okay? That's just a Western mindset. But if you're a dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know. American women, here's the thing. Western women, if you went and you dated abroad, you might be able to get a more handsome guy just for the green card, okay? But he would never put up with your Western feminist bullshit. Okay, if you ever pulled that shit with a dude from Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Iraq, he would laugh in your fucking face. He would just sit you down. He'd show you the burqa you're gonna wear. He'd explain these tenets of Sharia law, and that'd be it. And then be like, what are you gonna do? He'd be like, I'm leaving. And he goes, well, not without a man to escort you, you want, bitch. Oh, dude. But when you're an American dude and you go abroad, there isn't that gender war that we experience here. There's a weird gender war in America because of whatever. We're past basic feminism of equality. We're in a weird newer realm where women feel like in order to be equal, they have to take on tenets of manhood, which you don't have to do. You can be a strong, powerful woman and still be a woman. You can be strong and powerful and be a mom and a wife. Being a mom or a wife doesn't denote failure or weakness. All right, having a traditional role where you cook for your family doesn't denote weakness or inferiority. For some reason, that's taught. A lot of girls are taught that they should go out into the world with a male mindset of ambition and conquest. No, you should do that with your own mindset, with a feminine mindset. It's gonna fuck you up if you do. Also, there's a lot of dudes doing it in a feminine mindset, and that's why every girl in New York City talks about how New York City men are trash. They are. Any person in New York dating in New York will tell you New York dating scenes fucking suck. Because the girls all complain that the dudes are all limp dick pussies, and they are. And they are. Dude, I'm like one of the most alpha white dudes in the city. That's amazing. I know there's so many dudes that are way more badass than me. You know? I never put someone in the hospital. I'm not badass. I just don't give a fuck. There's a difference. But out there, that's unheard of out there. All right? And women out there, if you find a woman who wants a family and who can cook, that shit, the only way you can get that in New York City is if she's an immigrant or children of an immigrant. You cannot find that with a white woman in New York City. All right? Every girl I've talked to in the city who's career-oriented will tell me that as white women in New York City, they run their mouths. They run their mouths about wanting a career, and only, I got my career. But as soon as when they're not online, when they're hanging out with their girlfriends, it always comes back to talking about relationships. It comes back to them talking about wanting a man or wanting kids, wanting this thing that they've said that they don't want over and over and over again. And I've had them do this with me, ones that I've gotten close to. And I'm like, I see your posts. What is this? I guess it's the same way I watch women post political stuff and social causes and SJW shit. And then in private, they're like, I don't really agree with this. And I'm like, there's a lot of motherfuckers that think you do. It shows that most people don't care. They just care about their own image. But if you're going abroad, here's the thing. Your status kind of changes because to the rest of the world, you're an American. That's a higher status. People assume that you might have something. Also, for me in Latin America, it's amazing because they don't have dudes that look like me in Latin America. And also, a lot of cultures, Latin American culture is weird because the men talk so much about machismo, but they're also extremely effeminate. Like Dominican dudes love ponytails. A lot of Latin dudes wear an excess of cologne, like a girly cologne. They get their nails done. Same thing with a lot of Middle Eastern dudes too, strangely enough. And then they meet me and they're like, you're a fucking barbarian. And I go, yeah, it doesn't take much to do that. It's not hard being a piece of garbage. So if I can give you any recommendation, also dating internationally will change you. I briefly dated a girl from Brazil, and it blew my mind because she just wanted to be a woman with me. She was a prison guard. She was used to telling people what to do, and when we were together, I took the lead. I made the decisions. I was the fucking man in the relationship, the way it's supposed to work. And she was so receptive to that. And I've had this conversation with most of the women I've successfully dated they said, you let me be a woman. And I go, I know. I didn't treat you just like a fuck toy. I don't do that, nor do I put you on a pedestal either. Both of those are wrong. You can't go to either extreme. When you go abroad, it changes you, man. It changes you when you meet women in different cultures like that. And you can notice it even here in America. For instance, I'm always explaining to Boston dudes that Boston women are fucking awful. We call it like the Boston 4. Girls in Boston who, even by Boston standards, might be like a 6 out of 10, which is a 2 out of 10 in LA. All right. They have an arrogance and an internal ugliness that is insane. It's bewildering. The Boston 6 acts as if she's a 12 in LA, like she's beyond, and it is such a weird thing because they don't offer anything. They're not offering any compassion or empathy. Boston, New England's a place where you date women and they're just like, I'm just one of the dudes, and you're like, well, I would rather just fuck my friend Billy, honestly, because he has better opinions about the new tight end for the Oakland Raiders. Okay, if I'm going to fuck one of the dudes, why don't I just fuck one of the dudes? I don't understand. What am I getting out of you? Because if you fuck one of the dudes, I don't know, they don't have a period. You have to deal with that shit. Because you can just fuck one of the dudes and you play Madden. Right? If you want to fuck your friends, guys, fuck your fucking friends. I'm not about to do it. My friends are fucking gross. For real. If it came down to it and someone held a gun to my head and was like, you gotta butt fuck one of your friends, I'd be like, looks like my brain is getting a new hole in it. Go abroad, young men. Go abroad. But as a Boston dude, when you go outside of Boston, especially the West Coast, the men out there have no attitude. They're very passive. They're very afraid of what they say. They're very effeminate. So when you go out there as a dude from here with an accent that they don't recognize, that to them sounds exotic. I've been asked what country I'm from when I go to the parts of America. They have no idea where I'm from. They ask, what country are you from? And then on top of that, you have attitude and you don't fucking care, and you break their balls and bust their fucking chops. They're never used to that. You go up, the farther I go away from Boston, the more points I get. Right? It's like having a degree from Harvard. If you have a degree from Harvard and you're in Massachusetts, it doesn't mean shit, right? Because there's thousands of other people with that. You have a degree from Harvard in Mississippi or Washington State, it's gone up. All right, that value has gone up. That's what you need to understand as a man. And as a woman. All right, if you're a woman, and I remember talking to a guy I used to work with who was living in Sweden. He told me about how he remembered the Swedish women were so beautiful to him. They were these gorgeous, tall, blonde, blue-eyed, just statuesque models. And when he was there was a Jamaican girl with him. And every Swedish guy could not stop trying to fuck this Jamaican woman, who was also attractive. But she was different. She was exotic there. They don't have Jamaican women in fucking Sweden, dude. So her stock went up. All right? If your stock where you're at sucks, travel. All right? Move to a new place. That's how it works. You gotta sling dick and pussy like it's dope. All right? If you're selling dope in a neighborhood with too much dope, you go to a neighborhood where they don't have fucking dope and then you sell it. Same thing with yourself. But it is embarrassing. 90 Day Fiancé is incredibly embarrassing. It's so embarrassing because everyone, the men and the women, are just gross. You guys probably know who Big Ed is. Big Ed is the dude. He's a Chris D'Elia, but he looks like he got smushed. He looks like Wile the Coyote dropped an anvil on Chris D'Elia's head. And that's Big Ed. Big Ed's dating a relatively attractive Filipina woman. That's fucking... Big Ed couldn't fucking do that in America, dude. That's why you go abroad. I'm watching this episode of 90 Day Fiancé the other way, and this... was fucking... Okay, so something happens with a lot of white people, a lot of older white Americans, where they get what I call runny egg face. I don't know if it's they don't lotion or they don't take care of their skin too much sun, too much drinking, too much smoking, too much bad poisonous food. But they hit like 40 to 50 and their face just kind of, it looks like a fucking runny egg yolk. And for the love of God, if I have anyone on here who understands skincare, especially some brown and black people, please, for the love of God, let me know what to. I'm just putting on some random lotion on my face when I go to bed at night, but I need some recommendations. I do not want to end up with fucking runny egg face. That's my fear. My fear in life is runny egg face. I don't want runny egg face. So help me out. And this lady goes to Qatar to meet this guy. And the guy she's meeting, this lady has runny egg face. She is just... And she's like big. She ain't thick. She's just fucking big. And she shows up. And the guy she meets is his name. They're calling him Aladdin. His name is fucking Aladdin. Okay, she shows up in Qatar. Her boyfriend is Aladdin. Now Aladdin's a fucking model. Aladdin's a fucking gorgeous man, like a strikingly gorgeous man. And he's just sitting there going, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you." And she tries to hug and kiss him, and he goes, "Oh no, it's illegal. It's illegal to hug and kiss in a Qatar airport." Dude, that's pretty fucking amazing. Honestly, man, I don't know. I was on the fence before about Sharia law, but I'm starting to fall over, man. I'm starting to fall over. I'm like, nope, no talking back from your spouse, and you never have to see people making out in the airport. I don't know, man. I'm starting to get on board. Oh, shit. Dude, you cannot have public displays of affection between men and women at a Qatar airport. That is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Please, oh my God. I love it. I'm so sick of watching gross people make out at airports. Just have that. There's always that with someone saying goodbye to someone. It's honestly the worst at a bus station. I've been waiting for buses at 3 a.m. in Providence, Rhode Island, and someone is just like kissing someone as they go away, and I go, what the fuck is this? What sort of a romantic goodbye takes place at 3 a.m. in Providence, Rhode Island? You should not be kissing. You should be setting off fireworks, because wherever that person is going, their life is going to get a whole lot fucking better. And so just runny egg face lady starts complaining as soon as she shows up, and right away he comments. She goes, "Ugh, you get big," because she got fat. She gained like 30 pounds since he saw her. She shows up, she starts bitching and moaning, "I don't have a stove." And I'm just like, oh, baby, you ain't in America anymore. This ain't Kansas. You're lucky. You got a model. Another one was this soft-ass fucking white dude from Seattle. Soft-ass motherfucker. I mean, softer than newborn baby shit. Soft. He's dating this gorgeous girl in Ecuador. Like, gorgeous. Right? He meets her family, and they gotta kill a chicken. He's like, "I don't know. Can we just go to the store and buy chicken? It's wrong if you kill the chicken." That you know, that American mentality of meat in the store doesn't come from an animal. It just magically appears in the store. And everyone right there and then was going, "This dude's kind of a bitch." But my favorite couple by far was a 30-year-old Indian dude who was dating a 60-year-old runny egg face white lady. And she wasn't rude like the other ugly white lady who was in Qatar. She was actually genuinely kind of nice. But this motherfucker wanted a visa bad. This guy wanted that American citizenship. He wanted that green card, man. He wanted it bad. I had to give it to him. I really did. And what impressed me the most was that he wouldn't tell his parents. He had been dating her online for 6 years. That means he was trying to bag this chick since he was 24. And she was 54. She's a grandma, too. This is your grandma. This dude put in 6 years of work for a white American grandma. And it's not like she was popping. She didn't have just average fucking 60-year-old grandma from, like, Nevada. Dude, that's a lot to be put in 6 years for, dude. 6 fucking years! He brought her all the way to India, and he wouldn't introduce her to his parents. Right? He wouldn't introduce, because he was scared shitless of her parents. They were in a bar, right? They're in a bar. There's a bunch of other, obviously, Indian people. They're in India. And they're looking at her, and they're talking shit. I don't know what they were speaking. Maybe Hindi. I know there's a lot of different languages and dialects in India, but they're talking shit in their language. She can't understand, but he does. And he starts getting heated. And he starts like, little dude, but he's getting like, buddy, she can't understand, but I can. He starts getting heated. And he's about to scrap. His friend's not even helping out, but he's going to scrap with this whole fucking table, and they're bigger than he is. So here he is, ready to defend his 60-year-old, geriatric, runny egg-faced white queen. He's ready to defend her. But he's scared shitless that his parents are going to find out. When they go to, like, the government to get marriage certificates, they go, we got to mail this to your permanent address, which is his parents' house. And you could just see sweat pouring down his face, and he's just looking at her like, maybe true love really doesn't work, baby. I admire Asian, East Asian, and South Asian culture so much because their parents put the fear of fucking God into their children. All right, they don't have that stupid individuality that we have in America where everyone has to do their own thing. And guess what? All you people who love that individuality and you're against tradition, well, if we had that here, people would probably wear masks. So, looks like you kind of want it, don't you, when it's convenient? Because in a lot of Asian cultures, the unit, the nation, the people, us, them as a group, the collective is more important than the individual. Whereas in America, the individual always is more above the collective. That's why Americans stick their fucking parents in nursing homes. Let some poor Haitian immigrant wipe shit out of grandpa's butt while he screams profanities. I wish to God, I wish so much that I could strike fear in another person the way an Asian parent strikes fear in their child. All right? I wish I could say something to a dude at a bar who is acting up the way a Bangladeshi or Indian mother can say to her son or daughter to level them with disappointment. It's not even that they're afraid of just getting their ass whipped, and they are. I've met grown-ass Asians, South Asians, East Asians, who are scared shitless of getting beat down by their 70-year-old parents, all right? But more than anything, they're afraid of the shame. Dude, Americans suck at shame. We're trying to do it right now. We're trying to shame people into having the right beliefs, and shame them into not voting or thinking a certain way, and shame them into wearing masks. Not working. We really, as a society, collectively, need to take a look at Indian parents and go, whatever the fuck you're doing, we gotta start doing. Because I'm impressed. I am impressed. God, I want to be a dad someday. And what I want to do is I want to go to India and I want to take like a class on how to be an Indian dad. All right? I want to take a class on how to be a good Indian dad. I want to learn the tools of shame and disappointment the way an Indian dad utilizes them. That's what I want. I want when my kid comes home and he's going to see, I want to know what to say to really just to cut his legs out. Or even better, when my kid comes home with an A- and I say, they ain't giving out A's in class anymore, motherfucker. I want to know how to say that. I want to know how to do that to fuck him up. Oh, dude. Telling you, man. I got some shit to learn. That's where I'm going. I'm going to India. I'm going to India to learn how to be a parent. Alright? You know what also I really appreciate about Indian culture? I'll finish the podcast on this. If you guys are on Instagram, right? You're probably on Instagram or anything. Indian dudes creep better than any dude. All dudes creep. All dudes of every race can be creeps. We all do it. And every guy I've done, we all go through times where we don't know that we're creeping. We think we're just trying to hit on a girl, but we lack self-awareness to understand that what we're doing is kind of fucking creepy. And Indian guys from India especially, when they get online, they creep on girls fucking hard. I think any girl who's doing thirst trap photos, or maybe even some that don't, has a story about some Indian dudes sliding in their DMs and creeping hard. And if you're a girl listening to this and you have some stories, please fucking let me know. Please send me the pictures of those DMs, because I want to see them. Because the lines these dudes use are fucking archaic. These are archaic fucking lines. These are old school pickup lines that they're taking out and dusting off and trying to throw out there. All right, and I gotta give them credit. They just shoot their Indian dudes. An Indian dude creeping on Instagram will shoot his shot without giving a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. An Indian dude could be in a house with 10 other motherfuckers. No one there has showered in a month. And when I say shower, they hopped in the Ganges, all right? They didn't get clean that way, all right? Not 10 dudes, between all of them, all right, they got maybe 20 fucking rupees. And this same dude will walk up to a model and just be like, hello, pretty. Just balls to the fucking wall. Dude, I wish I had the parenting skills of an Indian man, and I wish I had the no fear creep shoot your shot abilities of an Indian dude. These dudes will slide in the DMs of a famous woman, just sitting there with a sweaty. Their Instagram is just down with a sweaty shirt. Just have a big old fucking belly, just an extended belly. You can see a line from where he has a tapeworm. Just doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck. He's just got one of those sandals that was passed down to him by his dad. Didn't even get a new one. It just looks ashy. He just doesn't fucking care. That's what we all need to be, man. We need to approach women the way an Indian dude who can creep on Instagram doesn't give a fuck. That's what I'm doing from now on. That's what I'm like. Fucking pickup artists should be from India. Like, India keeps giving us gurus. What they need to give us are fucking pickup artists. Now, here's the thing. These dudes aren't necessarily getting laid. Their techniques don't work. But the courage is there. So what we need to do is get like a guy who's the best creep in India and match him up with a guy who can follow through and get them to teach a class together. All right, he teaches the just not giving a fuck. Just, like, what is this? No, it's no 55-year-old white lady from Flint, Michigan. Fucking slide it in, dude. Getting in them DMs, not giving a. It doesn't even. And he could bag her. You know, that's why this guy I'm watching on 90 Day Fiancé the other way, he's got a 60-year-old grandma, and he's walking around like he's fucking won the lottery. But it doesn't even matter. I'm sure that he slid in the DMs of like 1,000 other American women, and he just goes, "It's a numbers game, dude. One in a million. So you're saying there's a chance. I gotta go to India, man. I've always wanted to. I've always been. I want to travel everywhere, but I have a ton of respect for that culture, and not just in the ways I said about parenting kids. It's what God, man. I gotta find like the ultimate Indian Instagram pickup line. If anyone's listening and you have it, please send it my way. I want to know what like a traditional pickup line is. And if any of you are listening, in Indian, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, Bangladesh, or even other Asian cultures where your parents are very strict, what line did your parents say to you that just fucking devastated you? What did they say that whenever you were acting up and you were trying to act like your bratty suburban white friends, because most South Asian people I know live with like white kids. You know, they didn't grow up in like hood neighborhoods. They grew up with like soft ass white kids, and so they had to watch their soft ass white friends just bitch out their fucking mothers, and then come home, try that shit, and just get fucking slapped in the face with a sandal. What did your parents say to you? Because I want to know. I want to keep that as in my repertoire. I want the pickup lines, and I want the shit talking. I want to shit talk the way an Indian dad does, like a Bangladeshi mom or Pakistani aunt. I want that. I want to fuck someone up the way a Sri Lankan grandma fucks someone up when they get out of line. Just with like 3 words, and you just watch someone just. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Had fun as always. I didn't, I'll save that question for another time. I had a question I was going to answer, but I don't want to record a long podcast right now. Stay positive. Stay happy. Keep getting it. Don't let the world get you fucking down. You can't control it. Control yourself. Control what you can. Get your act together. Stay motivated, motherfuckers. Peace.